Hi everyone. I thought it'd be good at the start of this new year and the month of January to stop and share some thoughts and some reflections about the coming weeks, especially as this might be the last chance I have to deliver one of these video messages before I end my time with you as Team Vicar, go on a little mini break before being licensed on the 8th of February. I've written a fuller article in the parish newsletter about these thoughts, and I just wanted to briefly touch on them now over this message. I think there's 5 themes that I bring with me, 5 values that I bring with me as we begin this new journey, this phase of our life together as a parish. The first is the fact that God's vision is bigger than one person. God's vision is bigger than the team rector or the incumbent, bigger than the clergy, or bigger than any one person who happens to be on the leadership team in this parish. Vision is about discerning what God wants for us. And if we really want to see what God's vision will be, then we need to be listening to each other more carefully. The second is that I believe strongly that everybody gets to play in God's kingdom. By that I mean everybody gets to use their gifts. And if they don't know what their gifts are, then actually everybody gets to have a go at finding out. And even if they fail, that's okay, because part of the goal, if you like, is not actually the destination, it's the journey there. The third thing is, I strongly believe that God has given us everything we need to be the people of God in this place and to grow. We don't need to worry about what we haven't got, because we're bound to have it somewhere. And if we haven't got something, it may be because God isn't calling us to do that particular activity. So it's all about just looking around to see what God is already doing, who we are, what gifts we have, and allowing those to flourish. My fourth point is about change. I think sometimes when a new incumbent comes in, people get quite worried about change or excited about change and think that everything's going to be turned upside down. I honestly believe that while change is good and change is inevitable, changing culture in an organisation or in a group of people like a church family is far more important than changing our activities. Because if we don't change the culture and become more the people that God wants us to be, attractive, life-giving, vibrant, then actually it doesn't really matter what we do. What matters less is what we do if we're not the people that God is calling us to be. We can do all the best activities that there are out there, and yet if we're not attractive and reflecting something of Jesus, then it's a bit of a non-starter. And finally, and I unashamedly borrow this from one of the curacy parishes, because I've not heard a better way of describing what the church is about for the last 10 or 12 years or so. And that is, we as a church are called to be a place where it's safe to be human while seeking to be Christ-like. And now, of course, that taps into all of the issues around safeguarding and being good stewards that's God's calling us to be. It's about being a safe place as well as being a place where we are learning to become more like Jesus. So those are the 5 things. God's vision is bigger than our vision. Everyone gets to play in God's kingdom. God has given us everything we need to grow and to be God's people. Changing culture is more important than changing activities. And as church, God is calling us to be a place where it's safe to be human while seeking to be Christ-like.